Hi everyone, this is Eileen and today I want to feature this Hedge Hugs stamps by Crafty Meraki. We are celebrating the Meraki Hugs and I really want to feature some of the gorgeous products that they released. So definitely watch out for more videos because they are coming. For this one, I'm keeping it really simple. This stamp set is so precious. It's a perfect mix for the ones who love critters and the ones who love flowers, I think. So today I am doing some no-line coloring. I have taken a piece of A2 and this is Strathmore Bristol Smooth, and I am going to do some no-line coloring with my distress inks. So therefore I've stamped out this adorable hedgehog using antique linen distress ink, and now I'm going to smush my inks down on an acrylic block to be able to do some painting with them later. The colors that I'm using today are peeled paint, Victorian velvet, aged mahogany, and brushed corduroy. I'm not going to show you the complete coloring of this hedgehog, but I am going to show you each and every color that I added and how I did that, so that you have an idea on how to create this, but not like showing every repeated thing that I will do to color this completely. So I'm starting first with the greens, and for the greens I have a peeled paint, and what I do is I take the ink on my paintbrush and I go onto the edges of the parts that I want to color with it. Then I create a damp paintbrush and I just drag that color towards the rest of that part or that image. If you want to add a lot of shadow or a lot of depth, you can always add more layers and layers until you're happy with whatever you created. However, with these items so small, the leaves so precious, I decided to only do one layer each time, because it has enough impact to really let this gorgeous image shine already, and this way it was just a bit more precious in my opinion. So I'm just adding the ink and then dragging it towards the rest of the image. I'm also going to go over the stems when there are some flowers and in between the leaves, just really slowly. That's how I do it. So I am doing multiples at once because these are really small, really tiny, so it's handy this way. And then for the flower parts I am using a combination of Victorian velvet and aged mahogany. Now it's not that visible at the current moment because I stamped it with antique linen, but there are some tiny dots in this image which are tiny flowers or just seeds or however you want to interpret it. I'm going to do it in the same colors as the flowers, but first I am doing the face of the hedgehog as well as the little paws. Therefore I'm using the brushed corduroy, and the same as with the leaves, I'm just adding the ink, taking a damp paintbrush, and I am dragging the color towards the rest of the image. With the face a bit bigger, I am doing multiple layers just to have the right depth created, and then I can continue with the flowers. So I'm just showing you each color and how I tackled it, and then off camera I will color the complete image. But for the flowers, the same as with the leaves, I'm tracing the lines of the flower, and then I'm taking a damp paintbrush and dragging it towards the rest of the image. Also, here I'm adding a second layer because it's a bit bigger and this creates more depth. And that's sort of how I am tackling this image. So, as I said in the beginning, we are celebrating the Meraki Hugs. There are lots and lots of new products released and coming. So I have more than one video to share with you because you can make so many different creations. This one I kept really simple, but some different things are coming, of course. So if you're interested, Of course, there are some links in the description box down below to specifically find the products that I'm featuring. That's just handy for you and everyone. Also, if you want to have a blog post or anything, I will be linking towards a blog post of mine, just to be able to have an overview of everything. Yeah. So now that the Hedge Hug is completely colored in, just exactly the same as I showed you, I am ink blending a bit of the antique linen on the edges of this A2 size panel. With the colors that I used, it really has some sort of a vintagey look, I think, and adding some antique linen on the edges really lets the image shine, in my opinion. So that's why I'm adding it. Of course, you can use other colors. I also contemplated on using the Victorian velvet, because then the color returns, but I decided that I wanted to stamp out the sentiment with that color. Now we all know the regular distress inks aren't that handy to just stamp sentiments with, so I decided to take the Distress Oxide ink. And this way it matches with the color that I used on the image, but it will stamp out much easier than the regular one. And then this panel is completely finished. I'm leaving it like this, keeping it really simple. I just had a little smudge there and I fixed it by just taking a clear paintbrush and dabbing it off. And then once this sentiment is dry, Distress Oxide inks take longer. I'm going to add this to a card base, but that I will not film. So that's my really simple but precious cards using the Hedge Hugs by Crafty Meraki. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you just leave them down below and we will get back to you. And I hope you have a wonderful day left, and I will be back soon. Bye!